This video will walk you through the basics of how to file a civil or domestic relations case in a New Mexico court. Any type of case you open will require the following: submitting opening documents to the court for filing, paying a filing fee or applying for a fee waiver, then after filing, serving the other party, which means sending them copies of the documents in a special way. What to file? There are 3 different types of documents that you can use to open your case. Use a complaint when asking for money damages, for example, in a personal injury or debt and money due case. Use a petition when asking for the court to do something, like asking for a divorce or a driver's license restoration. Use an application for other specific issues, such as to probate a will or to request a civil restraining order. In cases with complaints and some applications, you will be called the plaintiff, and the party or parties you're bringing the case against will be called the defendant. In cases with petitions, you will be called the petitioner, and the other person or persons will be called the respondent. How to file. First, fill out the opening document, either a complaint, petition, or application, along with any other document necessary for the opening process. Make copies for every party in the case, or as an alternative, be prepared to pay the court for copies when you file. Contact the court you're filing in to confirm what the current filing fee is and what the methods of payment are. If you can't afford the filing fee, ask the court for an application for free process. If successful, this will either waive the fee completely or reduce it. Submit the form with an original signature to the court, usually the civil clerk or domestic relations clerk, depending on the kind of case. The clerk will stamp, endorse the copies provided to them or the ones paid for. Serve the defendants or respondents with an endorsed copy of each form that was filed. Usually this is done by a sheriff, a process server, or someone else over 18 who is not a party to the case. The case-specific form or packet will give specific information on how to serve the defendants. The person serving the other party or parties will have to complete the summons return or proof of service. You will then get this form back and bring it to the court to provide proof that the other person or persons were served. Then, the defendant or respondent has 30 days after the date of service to respond, and the case has started. Thanks for watching. For more information, contact the state court in your county.